Hello guys, I am Shankar and we are part of the LucidTripping team for Orbital. So today I'll be taking you through a demo of our app. So this is the home screen. So let's get started. Once you press get started, you're brought to the login page. Currently we do not have an account, so let's go create an account. Okay, let's enter the username. Okay, to test out the invalidity feature of our app, let's input an email which has no @gmail.com. So now I'll just proceed on to do a password. Okay, now let's try to register. Registration failed because of an invalid email. Okay, so now let's fix that problem. Okay, now let's try the invalidity of the password. So now let's just put DE as the password. Let's try to register. Password should be at least 6 characters long, so it's a weak password. Let's fix that. I'm gonna put demo 123. So let's register. So we have successfully created an account. So now we can log in. But let's say what happens if we register using the same email. So let's try that again. Demo user. Okay, then let's enter our password. Okay, now let's try to register. Registration failed because the email is already in use. So the registration site works. So now let's say we already have an account. Let's sign in. Okay. So now we sign in using the email we just created. Okay. So once we log into the app, you notice that this is the home screen. So right now we are on the My Trips page. We do not have any trips planned yet, so we can start a new trip. But before that, let's go check out the profile. So the profile page shows you your username and your email. So every user has their own dashboard. So now we go to My Trips. So let's start to build a trip. So we press the plus icon. Now let's say we want to go to Paris. So we can search. So the search is powered by Google, as you can see. So now after that, we select how many travelers. So let's say I just want to go by myself. So let's press just me. Okay, now let's pick a date. So for example, I want to go on 15th August. So let's proceed to put that. Okay, once we do this, let's press continue. So then it'll ask you for the budget. So I want to try to keep the budget cheap. So let's put cheap. So we're going for 5 days. We can review our trip here on this page. So it's just me traveling. The budget is cheap. And I'm going for 5 days from 15th August to 19th August to Paris. Now, let's build my trip. Okay, so now, once the trip has been built, you can view your plan. So you press the view your plan button. It will bring you to this trip page, okay? So on this trip page, you can book flights. So you can press the book here for flights. And then once you go down, you can see our AI is actually recommending hotels to stay in Paris. So we have a few recommendations here, and you can book through the button there as well. So the next part is our plan details. So our app provides you an itinerary, a recommended itinerary for you to follow when you're in Paris. So let's say, for example, since we booked here, so day 1 it says we can visit the Eiffel Tower and the park, Latin Quarter. So day 2 we can go to this little museum, then the garden, all that. So day 3 it gives you a breakdown of each day and what you must do at that time. So it also gives you the ticket price. So that depends on the location of where you want to visit. So for example, this cemetery is actually free entry, But this Pablo Picasso museum actually varies by entry type, so it depends. And also gives you the time to travel, which is 2 to 3 hours or 1 to 2 hours. Like, it gives you the traveling time from recommended hotels. So then once you go down, it also gives you the recommended time to visit, so like the less peak hours and all that. So once you press this button, the arrow button, Google Maps, where it will show you the location of the place. Of course, for any travel app, the booking feature is necessary. So let's try to book our flight. Once you press the button, it'll bring you to this Google page where you can actually choose choose your trips from here. So as for the hotel, let's try to book our hotels now. It will bring us to booking.com, where you can actually select our location and which hotel do we want to stay based on our recommendations from our app. So off screen, I took the chance to make another trip, which is to Singapore, so that we all can relate to the plan. So for Singapore, I put the option of with friends and luxury budget. So now let's check it out. So I booked this thing for 3 days. So the hotel recommendations are places we already know, like Marina Bay Sands, the Ritz-Carlton, Capella. So we have all these recommendations we can book from. And then plan details. So day 1, it says that we should arrive at Singapore Changi Airport, of course. And then we check in. And then since I put luxury, so it's actually telling the recommendations I get is all 5 stars, if you notice. So there's like 600 per night, 350 per night. So it's all high-end hotels. So we even have a dinner at a Michelin-starred restaurant. So for day 2, we have Gardens by the Bay, Art Science Museum, Spectra Light and Water Show. So day 3, Botanic Gardens, Sentosa. So this plan looks really good. And at the last day, we depart from Singapore Changi Airport. So once you have reviewed your trips, you can go to the profile page and then sign out. Okay, once you sign out, it will bring you back to the login page. And that's it for LucidTripping. Hope this demonstration revealed more about our features. Thank you.